is time almost for Christmas season, even though we're not even at Halloween yet, but we're already prepping. Record Store Day, Black Friday is coming up. November 29th is going to be the big day, but for us, it's already on because the list just came out, which means we're looking through it. We're getting your feedback in because we're going to have to place our order very, very soon. So we wanted in this video to go over the list and yeah, see what's on there this time. What are the highlights? What are the lowlights? What we don't give a shit about, and so on.
We're gonna be honest.
No, sounds good. And and as per usual, the Black Friday Record Store Day list is a lot smaller than the one that we usually have up in April. They're wanting to be a little bit more intimate, and things like that, because we know it, everyone's got a huge busy season during the holidays, but they want to make sure that they still kind of recognize the independent record stores, which I like. So, but without further ado, do we want to get started?
Yeah, why
Let's
not?
do it.
All right, cool. All right. So, everybody who's watching, you can go and look at the list yourself. If you just go to recordstoreday.com, and then you'll see this nice banner right here. We can click to view the list. And then from there, you can either view it on the web or you can download a PDF to view it. We also have a physical copy of the list down at the shop if you want to, over there at 5200 Highway 22. Either Tara, myself, Janine will be up over there. We can, be able to kind of help you with it. And we're going to try to build a list out. So feedback is very important as we go through all of this. So, all right, let's go ahead and we'll click here for the web. All right. Can you guys see this okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Awesome. All right, Stu, you want to start us off?
Let's see. The first thing we have is Allman Brothers Band, and this is a 3 LP set at the Manley Fieldhouse in Syracuse, New York. April 7th. I can't see the year on the sheet that I printed out here, but
It's
definitely a
1972.
live album from them.
All right, we have Amigo the Devil, another live album, which I think is very recent. There wasn't a whole lot of description. Well, I mean, he is a fairly new artist. But yeah, another live album.
Nice. And then we got Anita, the Funk Generation. It's a 1 LP. It looks like this one is an RSD first. For those of you that don't know, as we're going through these on release types, we will see RSD first, we'll see RSD exclusive. Essentially, what that means is if it's an RSD first, that means that it's going to be here on Black Friday Record State, Store Day first, and then later to be released again. If it's an exclusive, it means it's only going to be on that day.
And it's probably going to be a different color. The one that comes out on Black Friday, I'm guessing, is usually a different color than the one that'll be the wide release. So still worth checking out on Black Friday.
Definitely.
Got Asking Alexandria next.
Is that a re-release?
I think so. I think it's a reissue from a 2016 album. Deluxe foil.
There's on this list a lot of reissues and singles and stuff like that.
And then next looks like we've got Angelo Badalamenti. It's music from film and television, and that one's also an RSD first.
Yeah, that's the guy who did the Twin Peaks series, if you were a fan of that series. So just give you an
Nice.
idea what that's all about.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
We have another 3-inch Beatles, like we had, I think, on Record Store Day in April. I feel like several times before, maybe.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, though, we actually had a lot of people asking for those last time because I know with those, those are kind of like a special order or whatnot. But I was actually shocked at the demand post Record Store Day for those.
Yeah.
So, but
I
maybe it
guess
might be
it's
something.
kind of a novelty, but yeah, kind of
Right.
like a special thing to have.
I saw
But
my sister got like the Steven Universe ones. They're actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, definitely a novelty thing though.
well, even though they give us the novelty on 3 inch, it looks like there's a 7 inch Beatles single for I Want to Hold Your Hand, and I saw her standing there as well. So we can at least make sure that one's there.
Yeah, definitely. Better than Ezra. Heck yeah, man. The deluxe, that's gonna be a big one. It looks like that
Yeah.
one's also going to be a very limited quantity looking at it. It is going to be an RSD first though, so that's a plus. But yeah, I think that's going to be a very popular one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
that's one that I know they were pretty big nationwide, but they're a local band, so there's a local tie-in as well for us. And it's I don't ever recall seeing the vinyl in stores. So it's definitely something that I think there was an original pressing, but it's going for hundreds of dollars. So definitely good to see that one again.
Then Big Brother and the Holding Company, that's another live album. I feel like that's been kind of a staple too. They digging up those old live recordings for Record Store
Right.
Day. This one is from 1968 in Detroit. And then of course more New Orleans. Actually, New Orleans is represented pretty well this time, I would
I
say.
noticed that.
More
Yeah.
coming later.
Let's see.
And we got Biohazard.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I'm not sure if that's a reissue. I haven't kept up with them since the 90s, so I don't know if that's a record
I,
that came out
I think it
later or
is.
what. It is.
Actually, I looked through it a little bit beforehand. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was 1996 release, first US issue on vinyl. It says here.
Gotcha.
I'm looking at the details over here.
And then
Cool. So we got a Bluey again, but this time
yeah.
it's a 7-inch picture disc. So that's a very
Well, as
A
as much as
7-inch
as much as we
picture.
know our feelings on picture disc, that one's going to be a very popular one.
yeah.
Just looking at some of the comments already, that we've received, that one's going to be highly sought after. And again, that's also another one of those RSD exclusives. And then the quantity is it's definitely higher than some, but we're only capped at about 4 grand. So.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
wonder how much you're gonna want for that. That little 7 inch.
Can
think
only
everything
imagine.
Bluey related we've ever had has sold. So hey,
Right,
it's
exactly.
not paying for it.
It's
Yeah,
a great.
it's like the little kids show that you can watch as an adult too, and halfway kind of enjoy actually.
Hey, I saw Bluey live
Oh wow.
at the
Look,
Sanger Theater last year. So
I'm not gonna lie. I sat there and I watched like a whole season with my niece, and I
It
can't
is
say there
actually
wasn't
kind
a
of
box of
funny.
tissue there.
Yeah, I gotta say.
Oh,
If I have to pick one of those shows to watch with my little boy, Bluey it is.
okay, man.
all right. It's the next big thing we have here. We've got Buffalo Springfield and the Birds, which actually this one looks like the next in that Monterey International Festival series we've been seeing the
It
last
seems
couple of
like
record
that was,
store days. This seems to be the next installment of that series.
yeah, it always has like kind of that same look, but it's pretty
You know,
cool.
the
I mean,
pink and
that's
yellow,
legendary.
and then Circus Survive. I'm assuming that's a reissue as well.
I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, 2014, 10-year anniversary edition.
Yep. And let's see, we've got Phil Collins. Looks like a live official bootleg on a 10-inch EP.
Live from the
Oh,
board. They
I
usually
just,
sound like shit.
I just love that it's like live official bootleg.
Yeah. Okay. So is
Oh,
it a bootleg? What's up with that?
oh man. All right.
And it's only 10-inch, so there's 4 songs on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes they pack a little more in there.
yeah, it's not that exciting to be honest.
And let's see, A Change is Gonna Come. That's another 7-inch single from Sam Cooke, which
And looks,
usually does well. So I'm sure we'll
Yeah,
get a
that's
couple of
cool
those.
oh yeah.
actually.
And then it looks like they're starting to get together for Christmas with Christopher Cross.
Yeah, it's a good bit of Christmas stuff on here, as usual, which is understandable.
Oh yeah.
Not my choice of the Christmas records on this year.
And then we got Cypress Hill live at Rock and Park in 1999. So it looks like, yeah, looks like that's also going to be an RSD exclusive as well. And we got a lot of lives this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
a
seems
lot of
like that
7 inches
kind of
too.
a thing. Yeah.
Like this Dead or Alive is a 7 inch as well.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't there a
They
Dead
have
or
7 inch
Alive
picture
last
discs.
go around?
What were you saying, Manu?
I thought it wasn't there a Dead or Alive last go around too? Last record store day.
I I feel like there
Unless
was.
it could be. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think, yeah, I feel like there was.
I can picture the cover, so I think there was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got a DJO. For those of you that don't know, that's Joe Keery played Steve in Stranger Things. This is his album. Looks like it's repressed in a deluxe edition. And that's going to be an RSD first on this one. So I don't know the exact details on the on what's different with this one. We'll have to definitely take a look at that, and then we'll be able to have that for you.
It
Yeah, I
says
saw
in
the title of the album, Decide, and I thought it was a Deicide reissue, which would have been much better for me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry to disappoint you. Yeah, that
Then we
kind of
got the
stuff is
Doors,
usually slim pickings when it comes to record
the
store
metal.
day. The Doors, that is kind of like a mandatory thing, right? We have to have some kind of Doors live album every time.
And
This
in
is
this case, it's a 4
4 LP.
LP box set too,
Wow.
so it's a big
Yeah,
one.
that's gonna be expensive. Earl Sweatshirt, I could see that generally going pretty well. I like him.
And then we got Echo and the Bunnyman. I know that this was also requested quite a few times in some of our comments on socials.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 12-inch maxi singles.
Yeah, so I actually don't know much about them.
They were like 80s new wave gothy
Oh,
thing.
oh,
At the
that's right
time,
up
they
my
got
alley then.
yeah, at the time they
Yeah,
got a
you
lot of
probably like
slack from,
him.
folks as being like copycats of like The Cure and everything, but
Okay,
when you listen to it today, it's great. It's, you can remove yourself from those 80s politics. It's perfectly fine.
might have to check that out because yeah, I mean yeah, like 80s synthwave, darkwave. I mean that's definitely right up my alley.
Yep.
Looks like next we got Billie Eilish. That's another, very, very big and very commented about. The great thing with this one, so this is a repressing of her latest album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, but the vocals are completely isolated. So from what I'm reading is that it's fully a cappella.
Yeah, I saw that. That seems insane, but I guess why not?
Yeah,
I
and
always thought of those. Have y'all ever watched those classic album series where they like the making of those classic albums, and then sometimes they show
Yeah.
like isolated
With the
tracks? That's
board.
always great for music nerds to see that.
like I
But I
remember
don't
seeing
really
that
want to
with
listen to a whole album of
I
that.
remember seeing that with Nirvana. Like Kurt Cobain always stood out for me on that because they always did like the VH1 behind the music, and they showed him up in like the vocal booth and everything, and just hearing him do like either heart shaped box or something, and it was very impressive. Like I know they do that a lot more now, and then of course with AI generation, they're able to kind of help isolate that. Or if you've got like the FLAC files, there's a really big community of just listening to isolated vocals. And so yeah, it's a thing. It's
It's a
definitely a
thing.
We'll
thing.
see if this is a true just isolated vocals record. I have a feeling there's going to be some
It can't
music on it.
be.
There has to
I don't
be.
know.
I mean,
We're
I can't imagine.
gonna be sitting around the record player listening.
Right. More like ASMR at that point, with her
Right.
whispery voice.
But hey, that's another big community right there. So yeah.
Yep. Then we got another Engine Kid reissue. I know we had one a couple record store days ago on
Mhm.
Southern Lord Records.
But why is it on there twice? Is that just
Uh
an
that m-
error?
that might have been, yeah,
I
because
think
I'm
so, huh?
sitting unless one
It's
of
the
these
same
is
thing.
unless one of these is a CD and they
No, but
just kind of
that's
messed up there, but Yeah, they're both showing the exact same thing.
Yeah. Okay. Because at first I thought it was two separate releases somehow.
Oh, do we want to talk about regional focus and limited run for a moment?
Might as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. So on some of these, like if we wind up seeing either limited run or regional focus, a lot of times it's region based. It's just like it sounds. It may be more, focused on like the Midwest or the South, depending on who the artist is and where they would generate more traction. A lot of times other areas don't get it and it's only up in that area. So unfortunately, we don't know on which area that it's going to be in, but it's one of those of when they send those out, it's like, okay, where is this going to, drive the most, traction? And that's typically what they do with those.
And let's see, we've got the English Beat, Bill Evans Trio. So we got a little jazz coming out.
Yeah, those are usually
Explosions in the
go pretty
Sky.
well.
What's that?
Those it seems like every record store there you have like a few of like those big jazz names and they usually go pretty well.
Yep.
Lone Survivor. I'm not the movie guy, so I'm not gonna comment on this.
Honestly, I don't know a whole lot about it myself. And you know me,
Okay.
yeah, like I don't think I've ever listened to the OST for Lone Survivor.
We got some live Flamin' Groovies live from San Francisco.
Cool.
And let's see,
Then
Garbage, copy
garbage.
paste.
Oh,
What's that garbage?
I think that's a cover
Yeah,
album.
it's their cover album.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole point. I was talking to Tara about it. That's what she was saying. It's copy paste, put it on there.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it was kind of fun. And that one is an RSD exclusive as well. So yeah, definitely be sure if you're a Garbage fan to pick that up.
That's cool. It's actually like a pretty cool track list when you look at the details because they have good taste.
Let's see here.
Cherry Garcia, of course, it's got it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
where's Cherry Garcia?
That does have
As
a good
usual,
track
it's a
list.
Monster 3 LP set.
There's always gonna be one person that asks for it the week after.
Yeah. So if you want the Jerry Garcia, let us know.
Yeah.
Because
But
those
come
are
pick it
usually
up, please.
yeah, but usually more expensive, so we're less likely to order a whole bunch of those. So let us know if you want it.
Oh, then
And the
Gaslight.
next one, the next one is the Gaslight Anthem. And I had to do a double take when I first looked at the list because I was almost certain we had already seen this before on a record store day list. So I did a little digging in
Oh,
my collection. This was originally released in Record Store Day 2008 or 2009, one of the first ones. It's hard to find today. It's like going for over $100, and you know what I find interesting is that we're not only getting reissues now from on Record Store Day, but we're getting reissues of Record Store Day releases. So it's kind of like this new era we're entering in. That I don't know. I'm sure people will have different opinions on that. Is it a good thing that Because I mean, you always want to get music in the hands of people who want it. So something like this, it's
so
hard to get.
yeah, I mean, like as far as that goes for people that have been doing Record Store Day for years, I mean, and now it's one of those things that it's like, oh, well, now they're rehashing, but we do have a whole new generation of people coming in and starting to experience Record Store Day. Like, last year it was, or I guess I should say this year, back in April, it was overwhelmingly positive. We had so many different sets of like, generations that were coming in from these, young kids, to people in their golden years and everything. And it was really nice to see and all kinds of different musical tastes. So I can definitely see both sides of it where it's like, okay, no, they're rehashing, but at the same time too, it's like if you've got somebody that's in a Gaslight Anthem and they're just finding them out and seeing that, that's like gold, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm sure it's going to be a different color, so I don't think it'll affect the original pressing's value as much, but we'll see.
yeah, and
So
that's
yeah,
another thing to think
I don't
about
know if
too.
they've done that before, and this is just the first time I'm noticing it because And I've noticed it with another release on this list that we'll get to in a bit. That's not as old, which is interesting. So I don't know if that's a new trend. We'll start seeing rehashes of Record Store Day stuff, or I don't know. We'll see.
It'd be interesting.
I
All
wouldn't
right.
be surprised that, I mean, when you think about it, in the end, it's you don't have endless, material.
Right.
You
Right.
kind of at some point it
But
would,
for
but
it just got it's there's a little sting to it for collectors, like I had that rare thing.
yeah.
But we'll
I get
see.
Oh,
I get
then I wonder, is the same thing gonna happen that you have like with regular records? Like if you have the original pressing of a classic album, it still is different than if you get just some reissue. So wonder,
Sometimes it does affect value, and sometimes it doesn't. If you care about value to begin with. I'm more of just a music guy, just get it to people. But
right.
sometimes it matters. Sometimes it's no big deal.
Well, I mean, if anybody's listening, it'd be really nice if you're gonna start rehashing. Let's bring out, I don't know, Queen of the Damned again for
Yeah, let's
anybody,
bring out some stuff we really need to see.
Love to hear me some, Disturbed and everybody else on there. Fantastic album, but all right, let's get back to it.
Yep, yep.
Next is my absolute favorite member of the Wu-Tang Clan, Ghostface Killer, coming out with Set the Tone with the Record Store Day first. And yeah, I'm definitely looking at, pretty excited about this. I'm hoping that it does well. I'm very excited, and of course, you've got different cameos and everything from Method Man and Raekwon and Fat Joe and all. So I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Cool. Yep. And then let's see, we can skip to the Grateful Dead, a 4 LP box, of
oh,
course.
there we go.
Same applies as to Jerry Garcia.
See, yeah, it looks good.
Sounds good.
All right. Super excited about Gladiator 2. I don't know if y'all saw the trailer or not. But Pedro Pascal, it's dealing with the Spaniard's son. It's a really good, sequel years later. So, but I'm really hoping because the soundtrack to the first one was fantastic. So, hoping the second one kind of stays.
What's next? Group Love. Got a 10-inch from them.
Next page here.
All right.
Herbie Hancock, Possibilities. Herbie Hancock stuff is usually pretty popular at the shop.
Mm-hmm. This is a 3 LP too.
Of course.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, so it's a duet album. All right, I wasn't familiar with that.
Then
To be honest.
we got Isaac Hayes with the soundtrack from Truck Turner.
Yep. And next is when I was pretty happy to see Helmet's Betty. I think it got a reissue earlier this year, but it was a super limited, maybe like website only kind of deal with an alternative cover. But as far as a wide retail release, we haven't seen one of those since 2012, which is this one I have here, going for a few $100 now. So it's good to see that one getting repressed again. And I know if you're a Helmet fan, you either love the In the Meantime album or the Betty album. So for all the Betty folks out there, it's your chance to get a copy of it.
What's that? 1970.
It looks like that's going to be an exclusive as well.
And what we got, John Lee Hooker. Looks like a reissue.
Yeah, he's
Whitney
always
Houston live from South Africa, a 12-inch single. I'm assuming that's a Record Store Day exclusive.
actually that's a first for Whitney Houston.
It's a first.
That's a Record Store Day first for Whitney Houston.
Yeah, so that was from 1994, right after Mandela's election, apparently. It was like one of the first Western artists playing there, apparently. So that's kind of cool, actually. Like a bit of a historical thing to it. Plus, that's when she was, yeah, still doing well.
Right. Before Bobby Brown kind of changed the direction of her life.
Oh, Bobby B.
Oh, so it's all his fault.
I'm not saying that, but
Just like Yoko.
we kind of saw how everything played out. And then we got a Jane's Addiction.
Oh yeah, they've
Y-
been
y-
in the news too lately.
Yeah, I wonder if this is going to be their last thing we'll ever see.
Yeah,
I'm sure
probably.
when they planned this release, things were a little different.
They only do RSD releases now for the rest of their
Yeah.
lives.
Right.
Okay.
And then we got a little
So
R&B
there's
with
a
Oh,
Al
lim.
Jarreau.
It
Was
says that
that?
oh, hey,
a limited.
guys, one second real quick before we go any further on Jane's Addiction. Apparently, Tara was just letting me know that uh, when we're looking at these, there's random ones that are actually going to be autographed. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
definitely just got to get lucky there, huh?
Yeah, so that's that's kind of interesting. So I mean, if you are a fan and or if it's one of those things of it'd be try to get something signed, it might be worthwhile to see about snagging one of those because you might get one that's autographed.
Yeah, you can only get one though.
Yeah.
Remember.
And we were just mentioning Al Jarreau. It's a little R&B. I think he just passed away recently. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember hearing that in the news. And Jazz Sabbath, we have to have Jazz Sabbath.
Yeah, I just earlier listened to Supernauts. That's on you can already find that one out there. It is I have to say, if I didn't know the song, I don't know if I would have recognized. It's very different, but it's pretty cool.
And I pulled out a prop for this next one as well, Scarlett Johansson. This I know everybody's aware that she's an actress, but she's had quite a decent recording career as well. And I think this was her first full length, heavy on the John Waits influence. And this might be the first time it was pressed on vinyl, but it's really interesting. I think it kind of went over everybody's head at the time when it first came out because her voice sounds so jarring on it. It's pretty raw and emotional, but in this new era of singer-songwriters, I think it would probably go over much better if people gave it a shot. So
Yeah, this was supposed to be earlier this year, and that actually got pushed back to Black Friday RSD. So
yep.
yeah, we're definitely excited about it.
Cool. So that's definitely one that we're gonna get.
And then kind of want to talk about Noah Khan for a moment. That's going to be another very big one. Up there with you
Mhm.
know with Billie Eilish and everything else. The really cool thing with this one is so with Town Hall, this is his album Stick Season, but it's with collaborations. With different artists. As you can see here, as we're looking through, he's done things with Post Malone, with Lazzy Malcapane, Casey Musgraves, Sam Fender and all, and so that's going to be, that's going to be a really big one, for people to get. So I think a lot of
Yeah, he put
people are,
people in
are going to be
line
excited
based on the
about it.
last record store day.
I would
Exactly.
guess this might be the biggest release, at least for our store. If I had to guess, this would
As of
probably
right
be the
now,
most.
like with everything that we've gone through, yeah, I think it'd be I think he'd even surpass Billy on a lot of things there.
Yeah, that would
And
be my guess.
you know,
But
pl
it's a pretty big number though, too.
yeah,
15,000 to press
yeah,
that.
that's what I was gonna mention next is plus side with this is that this is a regular store day first, non-exclusive, and yeah, there is a good number. So we should, hopefully cross our fingers, should be able to get a good number in.
We get a King Missile reissue of Happy Hour. It's like avant-garde rock. Let's see, and some BB King. It's always
Mhm.
good to have BB King in the blues section.
Yeah.
And then we got the EPs of Lacuna Coil. I'm very excited about those. You know, plus size an RSD first, but there is a limited number on those. So, hopefully we'll be able to get them. I know that we've had a few in the comments that have been requesting this one as well.
All right. Cool. Lamb of God with that's a live album. Okay.
Another Christmas record with Little Big Town, Country Christmas.
All right.
That Steve Martin picture disc. What do you guys think about that? Was that necessary?
I mean,
I kind of wanted just to look at it.
it would look good on a wall. I mean, he looks
Yeah.
serious, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Steve Martin's great, but comedy records on picture disc in 2024.
I don't know.
Kind of
Yeah.
niche, aren't you?
Interesting choice.
I mean,
Uh,
and I'm wondering too, like is it only gonna be one-sided? Because there's only three tracks on there, so is it only gonna be printed on one side?
I gotta admit, I don't really know what it is. This like music or stand up or
No,
what?
it's stand up. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
it's stand up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
It's King Tut. Yeah.
But I
Okay.
will say this. I mean, like if they wanted to put out, a bunch of the stuff with the man's banjo playing, I'd buy it. He's great.
We got some Duff McKagan live at Easy Street.
Okay.
I
I
kind of
actually
dig
kinda
his
like that.
solo stuff.
Yeah, his solo stuff is pretty good actually. I like his voice. It's like kind of easy listening, but but it's cool. I don't
So
mean that in a negative way.
so
Right.
this one's kind of cool. This is one of our first Disney ones that we're really looking at, the Merry Marvel Marching Society. So we were looking at these, and it's little Christmas versions of their themes. So like the Captain America theme, Iron Man theme, and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool, and it gives you that nice classic Marvel Comics vibe just by looking at it. All
It
around, like
does.
I think, yeah, like I think that's gonna be like a good one.
So they
And
make him sound like
we've got a new
Christmas.
comic book shop a block over now.
It's
So
true.
just
That's true.
pull some of those folks in for it.
Oh yeah. What were you saying, Manu?
So they make him sound like Christmas songs, basically,
Th
but it's the themes.
Let me see here.
Or-
Um, I think I'll have to do some more digging on that, but I think I feel like it's just the themes, but
Oh,
yeah, we'll find out though. But like I think, I mean that would be really cool, cool if it was though.
next year.
Yeah. Yep.
No, I could see that going well.
Oh yeah.
That would be a good Christmas gift too for somebody who's into that. Like, that's a nice little thing.
Next, we got a block of MF Doom releases here. It looks like the same release, but in different formats. One of which is the long box CD,
Mm-hmm.
two LPs and
Cassettes
a cassette.
too.
So I actually want to look real quick because yeah, just look in here. I just want to make sure because here lately when they've been doing cassettes, yeah, so they do alternate covers.
Oh, for the
So
cassette.
yeah, so that's been happening quite a bit. Like whenever we had like the Sabrina Carpenter listening party and all, they would have one cover that would be for the LP, and then they would have another cover that would be for the cassette.
Okay.
So for a collector value, and I was actually really shocked. When we had the Sabrina Carpenter listening party, we had a few of those cassettes, and they went. People, which I mean, hey, that's awesome. Like I was shocked. But yeah, no, this will definitely be a good one. MF Doom. I mean, I couldn't tell you on how many times that we can't seem to keep food in stock.
Yeah,
Let's put it that way.
especially
I mean,
food.
yeah, that's a staple. So I'm excited to see Doomsday on here.
Curious to
Yeah.
see if his long box sells because we still have some of those chronics hanging around.
We
Yeah.
actually sold one the other day. Yeah,
Did we?
I know. Like I came in, I'm like, wait a minute.
I don't think people know what to do with them.
I mean, well, it's
What
got
is
the
it?
rolling papers in there. Some people will know what to do with them. All right.
Yeah, we still got a few pages ahead of us, so we might have to step it up a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Would be a little bit a little bit more picky.
So next
All
big
right.
name I see is Joni Mitchell, and
Yeah.
beneath that, Modest Mouse.
What is that Modest Mouse?
Let's take a look.
First time ever on vinyl as a live album.
Oh yeah, in Orlando.
All right. And Motley Crue has become a bit of a staple of Record Store Day too, huh? They usually
I'm
put
Yeah,
some.
this might be one of the more pricier releases so far, though. It's like
It's a
yeah,
five,
single.
7 inches in the box.
yeah, that actually looks really nice. I mean, look at that.
That is
It's
a,
all
in
the
a way,
singles.
actually kind of cool.
Yeah, honestly, Manu, as soon as I saw this, I thought of you. But yeah, no, I mean, that's definitely nice, man. Yeah, I can't complain there. It's five of them
Yeah, I
on
mean,
there,
all
so
those songs were great, and
yeah,
so
yep,
it's
yep.
good stuff on it.
Cool, cool, cool. All right,
I
next.
can see Casey Musgrave doing pretty well. That
Yep,
usually is pretty popular.
yep.
That actually includes 7 new tracks that
Oh
I
wow.
guess,
All right.
well, it says not previously available in physical format. So I guess it's kind of like the bonus version of this album.
Next big name, Stevie Nicks. I was
Oh,
excited to see, but it's just a 7 inch single.
yeah.
Ah,
That's a
that's
really
always
cool cover, though.
disappointing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty
I
cool.
like that a lot. All right.
some Norma Jean
Oh yeah.
and One Republic. It's a two
Charlie
LP set.
Patton, some more old blues.
Charlie Patton.
Should maybe get some of those. I could see that going.
Oh yeah.
What's a Pearl Jam? That's a
Let's
single
see.
too.
RSD Song of the
Pearl
Year.
Jam, I think, is a live song from Dark Matter, their most recent record. So it's kind of hinting at a future full live album on the way, I'm sure.
Of
I
course.
Just
I actually
one
really
song per set.
liked Dark Matter. Like we wound up doing a listening party for that as well, and I was very impressed with the album. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I'm not even a huge Pearl Jam fan, and I liked it.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I listened to it like once and then kind of never went back. I'm not saying it was not terrible or anything. It's just I haven't spent much time with it.
And then we've got another
Got it.
Wu-Tang Clan member, Raekwon, with Immobility or Immobility, sorry, their 25th anniversary edition. All right. So go to the
Now,
next.
the other band that I was mentioning, the other release when I was talking about the Gaslight Anthem was the Rage Against the Machine release.
Hmm.
That one was a 2018 Record Store Day release, if I remember
Hmm.
correctly. So that wasn't that long ago,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's not that valuable, and it's
You
still
know what?
pretty readily available. So this one's kind of got me a little confused.
Yeah. And it even
interesting
explains on
choice.
there, yeah, look, that it was actually part of the Record Store Day 2018 and it's being reissued by
I thought
popular
so, yeah.
demand. Yep. And this will be on a clear window pane on a 180 gram. So I'm curious to see, like, even if we go back and look on 2018, if it was pressed on 180 as well, to see on how many
Yeah, I'm sure
changes
the
that they
color's
were.
probably different, but it's
Right.
just weird, man. It's just that was just what 5, 6 years ago, and we're
Yeah.
seeing it repressed.
Yeah, that's
We'll
crazy.
see.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
that's
will be
kind
a
of
good one.
Ramones greatest hits. The Ramones are always fun. It always sells quick.
yeah, that's a good one, definitely.
And we got Baby Rexa,
Uh,
Expectation. Um,
okay.
this one, even though it says Trent Reznor, don't get too excited. This is a soundtrack for the movie Challengers
Okay.
Okay.
with Zendaya in it. Which I mean, of course, Trent Reznor's always got his hands in some form of soundtrack. Anyway, I mean, if you heard like what he's done with like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, amongst many others, he does a really good job. There's a lot of good, techno beats and stuff like that in there as well. So, but yeah, no, when I first saw it, I'm like, ooh. And then I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, it's a soundtrack. Still excited, but
Yeah. Another big name in jazz, Max Roach on Craft
Nice.
Recordings. So that's probably going to sound pretty good.
So I've noticed that a lot of re-releases here lately, especially like Rolling Stones and Beatles, are all re-releasing on mono again. Like there is a huge push for that right now, especially in the audiophile community.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. This one's got to be a big one, huh? The Olivia Rodrigo release.
I've got my reserves on this one. Um,
Okay.
because one, as we know, she had Guts, where you had to buy four different versions to get the secret songs. And then the Black Friday Record Store Day release of 2023, we had, the one of just all the secret songs. And then
Hmm.
she's already come out with this one earlier this year of Spilled.
Yes, that's the same thing
It's
as
the
the
same
other.
thing.
Okay, but what's
There's,
different
I
about
mean,
this now?
like I don't see any differences of this compared to what we've got earlier this year.
That's
It's
crazy.
red and marble.
The different color, I'm guessing,
I
huh?
mean, but the thing is too is I expected this to be a huge demand. And you know what? Hey, tell us in the comments, like if you're wanting us to get it, like that's fine. But I mean, on a personal note, I've got my own qualms with this one.
And we may even have a couple copies of the other version still in the store, right?
A couple's an
Maybe.
understatement. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and plus this is 30,000. So a pressing of
Yeah.
30,000, I mean, that's
Yeah.
extremely high. So yeah, that's I don't know, that's gonna be kind of tricky for us. Like, where's the demand gonna be? But for
Yeah,
Right.
some
What
usually, I mean, people usually show up in line for Olivia Rodrigo, but
yeah.
this is kind of a different thing, you know? So,
Right. It's definitely a different vibe. But yeah, like I said, I mean, we're doing this because we're really looking for all of your feedback so we can kind of curate this. So if this is something that you guys want, definitely let us know.
and we get a Get You Yayas Out Rolling Stones reissue.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Cool
Todd
stuff.
Rundgren, Leon Russell,
I'm actually
Santana.
really shocked. We get so many people coming in asking about Leon Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Surprisingly, and it's like, all right, I want Leon Russell, but I don't want the wedding album and I don't want Carney. It's like, okay.
Some of his stuff is really good, I
Oh
gotta say.
yeah. Yeah, no, he's definitely good.
Santana one. Is that later?
Yeah, looks like
Oh,
it's a
It's a
12-inch
single,
single.
12-inch
oh,
single.
single.
Yeah, with a
Okay.
guitar play.
Hmm.
Right.
Sixpence None the Richer.
I was gonna say that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Is
I
that a
know.
Yeah.
reissue?
This is a
First
Christmas album.
vinyl release for a Christmas album from Sixpence None the Richer.
Okay. This is yeah. Very
Nice.
niche.
That'll be fun. Let's
Snoop
see.
Dogg live at National at Forest National.
All right. Here we go. Stone
Stone.
Temple
Yeah.
Pilots, Purple
That's probably going to be
Rarities.
a big one.
Yeah. And that's going to be an RSD exclusive too. So yeah,
I'm
yeah, it
assuming
looks
that's
like
Like
rarities that were
bonus.
available all on one record this time.
yeah, so this was originally only available on the box set. Which, like if you had gotten that, yeah, this was in it. But yeah, it looks like this is going to be the first time that it's going to be available by itself. Which I'm so sad because we bought the box set. Got it right back there. All right.
Then
We get a
some.
Sono record store
I
day
mean,
release.
I have to say, I never really gotten into that as a metal
Two LPs
guy,
of
but
droning bass noise.
yeah, that's just I don't know. I guess I'm just not smart enough for it.
Yeah, it looks like this is another one of those. They had them listed twice.
But I could still see maybe, some people wanting that. Like, it's a cult band for sure.
I'll have to check them out because like until this list, like I've seen them before, like just on different playlists and everything, but I've never actually sat down and listened to a full album.
No, I'm not a full one.
Yeah.
Just a little tidbit.
Oh. Let's see. Looks like next we got Teddy Swims. He's been blowing up really big on TikTok lately.
Well, he's
Um,
had a single in the top 40 for I think a full year or something like that. It's pretty insane.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and Lose Control actually.
Lose
Um,
control. That's it.
yeah, he's been doing like a lot of those. Like I don't know if you've seen them or not, like those staged videos of somebody playing like piano, and he just kind of like walks up to him, and then he start getting a crowd and everything. He's been doing a lot of those, and he's been
He's
blowing
doing the
up big
podcast
time.
circuit now too. So
Oh, is he? Okay. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
getting
So,
out there.
so yeah, yeah, that's definitely there.
Got a T-Rex release.
T-Rex.
Nice.
Thanks. And we got to have Tangerine Dream on Record Store Day.
Of course we
Oh yeah,
do.
that's another live album. Tegan and Sarah. Here you go. 20th anniversary
It's
of
been
So
20 years
Jealous.
already since So Jealous came out.
Oh,
Wow.
I know. I think we're showing our age, but
That still seems like a new band to me, T and Sarah.
yeah, no, it's a good album too.
Thievery Corporation, 2 LP. And we get a Too Short 2 LP release.
I don't know much about Too Short. I'll have to listen to him.
It's a classic hip hop artist. U2, it's a How to Reassemble an Atomic Bomb reissue.
So what is different? Is this
So this is on a black and red.
actually no song taken from original recording session? Oh, so it's kind of like bonus tracks that didn't make the album or something? Because aren't they doing a anniversary of that album to like a reissue?
Stuff from the archive, like what you were saying, Manu. Yeah, that's what it looks
Mm.
like. We got
And
Ultravox.
Ultravox, that's kind of staple too. Feel like lately we've had a lot of those. Maybe not a lot of them, but sometimes it kind of gets blurry when you look back at previous record store days. Um, Van Halen.
Yep, live in Dallas, 1991.
Of course, that's not the good Van Halen, but
Is that one on the fourth page? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, cool.
Actually, we passed up the
Yeah,
SpongeBob
yeah,
SquarePants movie.
yeah. When he went to Van Halen, I was like, hang on a second. Yeah, yeah, because there was actually, yeah, SpongeBob has actually gotten quite a bit of traction in the comments and messages as well.
okay.
Yep, as well as that Jazz Dispensary. The Jazz Dispensary series usually does well.
Yeah, who else on that one? Vince Guardi, that's Johnny Hammond. Nice.
And Bah Humbug, Bra Humbug. That's cool. Christmas in New Orleans.
Yeah, that
Oh
one
yeah.
is really kind of intriguing, I have to say.
Oh yeah, that'll
Looks
be
like it
really
was
good.
originally a Tipitina's Record Club record.
Huh. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's go on over to our last page. So I don't know if y'all noticed, but hang on, I want to double check real quick. Okay, we don't have a Boy George this year.
Boy George.
Boy
Boy
George is
George.
always with some form of picture disc or something every year, and we have
I
not
didn't
had that
notice
on
that.
here. Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah. That and The Cure.
Yeah,
I
the
know.
The
Cure.
Cure.
They
Yeah, I
stopped their
noticed. I noticed we do
pictures.
not have a picture disc from The Cure.
And Taylor Swift held out on us again this this event.
Knowing her, she
The
gonna put
stupid
out something
room
the
with no
day
Taylor.
after. Just saying. That girl, she could do what she wants. She's capitalist queen.
Yeah, she
Oh.
doesn't need this anymore.
All right. So
And we got
Veronica's.
some wolves in the throne room, and yes, to
Yes.
wrap it up, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, we actually got a few on this last one. So yeah, you were talking about what was in the throne room. That'll be a really good one. And then
Little metal. There's not a whole lot of metal usually on the list, but it's nice to see
yeah.
some.
Now we'll say this. If you haven't heard them yet, The Warning, they're really good. They're a trio band out of Mexico, and they are really up and coming. It's an all-female band. And they are really and I hate to use the term taking the country by storm, but no, they really are. They're all over, like they're all over Sirius. They're, they're playing a lot of the big festivals and everything. And I really, this band right here is gonna be one to watch. Between them, Spirit Box, I mean, you've got like this new, you know, like this new regime of these powerful female vocalists that are starting to come in, and I'm really excited about it.
All
And then
right.
Does it
and then
like Spirit Box and that whole
yeah, so
radio rock?
well, and some of their stuff is just it's very heavy hitting. I would definitely recommend going and listening to some of it. We've actually got one of their albums over there at the store right now. And then one more mention that I did want to do on here is the Vitamin String Quartet. They actually perform BTS. So for all of the K-pop fans out there, definitely want to make sure that we do a mention on this one as well. Just because Vitamin String Quartet has done a lot of others, such as like Studio Ghibli. They've done stuff for Taylor Swift, and a lot of other big artists. It's more of like a classical vibes version of a lot of their big songs and stuff like that has also been kind of blowing up too. So
Cool.
yeah, but yeah, again, Record Store Day, or Black Friday Record Store Day is on November 29th. We are going to be opening up at 10 a.m. Just like we have done the previous years. Again, as we're looking through this list, if you start seeing things that you're looking at, shoot us a message. All of our socials are at 22soundrecords.com. We'll wind up putting it below, as well as, calling us at the store. And we'll put all that information as well. And, we'll try to, just like we've done in the past, try to, curate this for you. So the more feedback that we get, the more that we'll be able to, to really get a really good list and get that out there. Guys, do y'all have anything else y'all want to kind of mention?
No, I
No.
think that's the most important thing. Just remember, we can't hold anything. It's
Right.
not actually pre-orders that we're taking, but if we know that the demand is there, we can make sure we get enough of them in, or hopefully enough.
Right.
And then, of course, it's first come, first serve. We're gonna have to get there in person.
Yep. Yep. And we will have to get these orders in by the 17th of October. So, be sure to get them in as soon as possible. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, everybody have a good one and we hope to see y'all soon.